Love doesn't always announce itself with grand gestures or bold confessions. Often it lives quietly in the background, soft, steady, and wordless. Not every man is comfortable expressing his feelings out loud, and not every heart reveals its emotions through words. Sometimes what he feels most deeply is shown instead through silence, through the small and consistent actions that speak far louder than anything he could ever say. In a world where people are guarded, where vulnerability can feel like a risk, true affection often hides in the subtleties, in the way he looks at you, listens to you, or simply chooses to be near you without explanation. The truth is, a man's love is often more visible in what he does than in what he says. It's in the little moments that seem ordinary but are filled with meaning. He might not say, "I like you," but his eyes linger on you when you speak, or his body shifts closer to yours without him realizing it. He remembers small details about your life, not because he's trying to impress you, but because he genuinely cares. His attention becomes focused, his energy more present, and his reactions subtly change when you're around. These aren't coincidences, they're clues, soft indicators of a heart slowly unfolding in your direction. What makes these signs so special is their honesty. Words can be rehearsed, but gestures can't. When he laughs a little louder at your jokes, when he shows up unexpectedly at places you mentioned liking, or when he finds reasons to help you in simple ways. Those are the moments when emotion reveals itself naturally. He might be shy, hesitant, or even unsure of how to show it, but his actions keep telling the same story. It's a story written not in declarations, but in eye contact, shared laughter, and the warmth that lingers between two people when they start to truly notice each other. These silent signals are what make love so fascinating. They exist in the pauses, in the glances, in the quiet moments that no one else notices but you. And once you learn to see them, you begin to understand how deeply someone can care without ever saying a single word. Because when a man is genuinely drawn to you, his affection doesn't need to be spoken. It lives in his presence, his attention, and the way he shows up for you without being asked. This isn't about guessing games or overanalyzing every move. It's about paying attention to the rhythm of real emotion, the kind that doesn't rush or force its way into the open. These unspoken gestures are not about confusion. They're about sincerity. They are the quiet language of the heart, the proof that love can whisper just as powerfully as it can shout. So, if you've ever wondered whether he feels something real, don't just listen to his words. Watch how he moves, how he reacts, and how he treats you when he thinks no one else is watching. In those silent moments, love speaks the loudest. His eyes speak before his words. When a man truly likes you, his eyes often reveal it long before his words ever do. There's a depth in his gaze that feels different, calmer, softer, yet charged with quiet emotion. It's not just a passing look. It's a moment where time seems to slow down. When he looks at you, there's a sense of focus, as if everything else fades into the background. His eyes linger a little longer than necessary, not out of habit, but because he's drawn to you in a way he can't quite explain. You'll notice that when he's around you, his eyes search for yours, even in a crowded room. He might look away quickly when you catch him staring, but that's only because he's been caught revealing what he feels too soon. This kind of eye contact carries emotion that words often fail to express. It shows curiosity, admiration, and a quiet longing to connect. When he listens to you, his eyes don't wander. They stay fixed on you, absorbing not just your words, but the way you express them. Sometimes, it's not even during conversation. You might look up and find him watching you during a silent moment, his expression soft and unguarded. That look speaks volumes. It's a silent confession of interest, respect, and attraction. Unlike casual glances, this kind of eye contact feels personal and intentional. It holds warmth, sincerity, and sometimes even nervous energy. His gaze isn't just about how you look. It's about how he feels when he looks at you. It's a connection that happens without a single word being spoken, because when a man's heart starts to open, his eyes always tell the story first. They become the unspoken language of affection, quietly saying what his lips haven't yet found the courage to admit. He finds subtle ways to be near you when a man likes you. One of the clearest yet quietest signs is how he finds subtle ways to be near you. It's not always about big gestures or obvious moves. Instead, it's in the small choices he makes, where he stands, where he sits, or how he somehow ends up in the same space as you, again and again. He might not even realize he's doing it at first, but his actions reveal what his words haven't said yet. When someone is drawn to you, they naturally seek proximity. It's not about convenience. It's about connection. He feels more at ease, more alive when you're around. So he looks for chances to share space with you, even if it's just for a few moments. You'll notice him appearing where you least expect it, joining a group he doesn't usually hang out with, taking part in an activity he normally wouldn't, or offering to help with something that keeps him close. These gestures aren't random. They're his quiet way of saying he wants to be part of your world. Sometimes he may not even talk much when he's near you. Just being there, within reach of your voice or your presence, is enough for him. That closeness brings him a kind of comfort that words can't describe. When a man finds reasons to be near you often, it shows emotional intent. He's not trying to control the situation or force interaction. He's simply drawn to the energy between you. Whether it's standing beside you during a conversation, taking the seat next to yours, or showing up at the same event by chance, these small acts speak volumes. They show that being near you feels right to him. It's his silent way of saying, I want to be close, even when he doesn't say a single word. He listens like your words. Truly matter when a man genuinely likes you, his way of listening begins to change. He doesn't just hear your words, he absorbs them. Every story you tell, every small detail you share, becomes something he remembers and values. It's not about polite attention, it's deeper than that. When you speak, he gives you his full focus. His phone stays forgotten, his eyes stay on you, and his body language shifts to show that you have his complete attention. In those moments, you're not just another conversation. You're someone who matters. He remembers the little things. Your favorite drink, the name of your childhood pet, the book you said you wanted to read someday. Days or weeks later, he might bring them up casually, or surprise you by doing something thoughtful based on what you once mentioned. Those small reminders aren't accidents. They're proof that he's listening with intention. When he laughs at your jokes, asks follow-up questions, or recalls something you said long ago, it's because he values your thoughts and the person behind them. Real listening takes effort, but for him, it comes naturally because he's emotionally invested. He's not just listening to respond, he's listening to understand. Your feelings, your dreams, your opinions, they matter to him. He's building a quiet emotional map of who you are, piece by piece, through the words you share. And even when you're not speaking, he pays attention to your tone, your pauses, your expressions. It's his way of connecting beyond surface talk. When a man listens like this, it's one of the truest signs of affection. It shows respect, care, and genuine curiosity. He's telling you, without saying it directly, that your voice matters to him, and that he's not just hearing you, he's holding on to what you say because you've already begun to mean something to him. 4. His body mirrors yours. Naturally, when a man truly likes you, his body often reveals it before his words ever do. One of the most natural, unconscious signs is when he begins to mirror your body language without even realizing it. This isn't something planned or forced, it's a subconscious reflection of connection. When two people feel emotionally in sync, their movements and gestures start to align naturally. You lean in and he does too. You cross your legs, tilt your head, or rest your hand a certain way, and moments later, you notice him doing the same. It's not imitation, it's chemistry finding balance in silence. This mirroring shows that he's not just physically present, but emotionally tuned in. His body reacts to your energy, creating a rhythm between you that feels comfortable and close. It's his subconscious way of saying, I'm with you. I feel what you feel. You might notice this most during deep conversations or quiet moments, when he's focused entirely on you. Without thinking, he mirrors your posture, your tone, even your breathing pattern. It's as if his body is aligning itself to match your comfort and pace. This behavior is rooted in empathy and attraction. We naturally mirror people we feel close to or want to connect with. For him, it's not a strategy, it's instinct. His body follows his feelings, expressing what he may still be too shy or uncertain to say. And because it's not intentional, it's one of the most honest signs of genuine affection. When someone mirrors your body language, it means they're not just seeing you, they're feeling you. They're emotionally attuned to your presence and responding on a deeper level. So when you notice him moving in sync with you, take it as a quiet but powerful signal. His heart and body are speaking the same language, even if his lips haven't yet found the courage to. His smile changes when you enter the room. When a man truly likes you, His smile gives him away long before he says a word. The moment you walk into the room, his expression shifts almost instantly. It's not the polite practice smile he gives to others. It's softer, warmer, and completely unforced. It's the kind of smile that happens before he even realizes it's there. The kind that lights up his face because your presence genuinely changes his mood. You might notice it as a quick spark at first, a flicker of recognition, but if you look closely, you'll see that it lingers. His whole demeanor relaxes, his eyes brighten, and for a moment the world seems to fall away around him. This kind of smile comes from a place of real feeling. It's not about charm or effort. It's about emotion. You bring something out of him that others don't, an ease, a quiet joy, a sense of comfort. Even if he's in the middle of a conversation, you'll see his attention shift slightly when you appear. His eyes might follow you across the room, and that subtle, genuine smile will return each time your paths cross. It's his body's natural reaction to seeing someone who makes him feel good, safe, and alive. What makes this sign so special is that it's completely involuntary. He can control his words, even his actions, but not that instant burst of happiness your presence brings. It's emotion made visible, an honest glimpse into how much he enjoys simply being around you. Whether it's a small grin he tries to hide or a wide smile that lights up his entire face, it carries the same message. You matter to him. Because when a man's smile changes just because you walked in, it's not coincidence, it's connection. His heart is quietly showing what his words haven't yet dared to say. He fixes his appearance around you. When a man likes you, even the smallest details of how he looks suddenly start to matter more, especially when you're nearby. It's not always a conscious decision, often it's instinctive. You might notice him running his fingers through his hair, straightening his shirt, adjusting his watch, or standing a little taller when he sees you. These small gestures might seem insignificant, but they carry quiet meaning. They're his way of wanting to look his best in front of you, to make a good impression without saying a word. This behavior often happens in subtle, fleeting moments. Maybe he checks his reflection in a window as you walk by, smooths his clothes when you enter the room, or casually fixes his collar before talking to you. He may not even realize he's doing it. It's just his body's natural reaction to feeling seen by someone who matters. When a man cares about how he appears in your presence, it shows that your opinion holds weight. He wants you to notice him, to see him at his best, not out of vanity, but out of quiet admiration. Even if he's usually laid back about his looks, your presence can make him a little more self-aware. He might start dressing a bit better when he knows he'll see you, or pay more attention to grooming than usual. It's never about trying too hard. It's about wanting to be worthy of your attention. These tiny acts of self-adjustment speak volumes. They're signs of attraction wrapped in subtlety, an unspoken effort to align his outer self with the emotions stirring inside. So when you notice him fixing his appearance the moment you're near, understand this. He's not just fixing his hair or shirt. He's quietly saying, I care about how you see me, even if he never puts that feeling into words. He gets nervous in your presence. When a man truly likes you, his usual composure can slip the moment you're around. He might be confident and relaxed with everyone else, but something about you makes him a little more self-conscious. It's not discomfort, it's emotion. His body reacts before his mind can catch up, and that often shows as nervousness or fidgety behavior. He may stumble over his words, play with his hands, adjust his clothes, or glance around as if trying to collect himself. These little signs aren't about insecurity. They're about caring too much about how he comes across to you. When feelings are genuine, he becomes more aware of every detail, his posture, his tone, even what he says. He wants to make a good impression, but the more he tries to appear calm, the more his nerves betray him. You might notice him laughing awkwardly, over-explaining something simple, or losing his usual confidence mid-sentence. It's not because he doesn't know what to say. It's because his heart is racing faster than his thoughts can follow. This kind of nervousness is one of the sweetest forms of vulnerability. It's the body's way of saying, you matter. When you're near, he's no longer just existing in the moment. He's feeling it deeply. His pulse quickens, his energy shifts, and his focus narrows entirely to you. Even small things, like you looking at him or saying his name, might throw him off balance. And while he may try to hide it behind humor or casual conversation, that hint of unease is a silent confession. It means your presence affects him in a way he can't control. Nervousness fades around those we don't care about. But when someone's heart is involved, calm becomes impossible. His restlessness isn't a flaw. It's proof that, whether he admits it or not, you already mean something to him. He steals glances. When you're not looking, when a man truly likes you, his eyes often betray what he's feeling before he's ready to say it. One of the most telling signs is the way he steals glances at you when he thinks you're not looking. These quiet, unguarded moments say far more than words ever could. It's not about staring, it's about admiration. His eyes find you almost instinctively, drawn to your presence even in a crowded room. He might look away quickly when you notice, pretending he wasn't watching, but that small flicker of hesitation often gives him away. These glances aren't random. They happen when his guard is down, when he's listening to someone else talk, when you're laughing with friends, or when you're focused on something else entirely. In those moments, he feels free to simply observe you, to take in the way you move, smile, or express yourself. It's not about physical attraction alone, it's about fascination. He's studying the little things about you, the details that most people overlook, because those are the things that have captured his attention. When someone looks at you this way, it's because you've become part of their thoughts. His gaze lingers not out of curiosity, but out of quiet affection and wonder. And when you catch him looking, that quick shift of his eyes or nervous smile often says everything. He's been caught in a moment of honesty. There's something beautiful about these secret glances. They carry emotion without demand, connection without words. It's the kind of look that says, "You're on my mind," even in silence. So, when you notice him watching you from across the room, understand that it's not by accident. It's his heart's way of reaching out, softly, quietly, hoping you'll see what he hasn't yet found the courage to say aloud. He walks beside you. Never ahead. When a man truly likes you, his pace naturally adjusts to yours. He doesn't rush ahead or leave you behind. He walks beside you. It may seem like a small, simple gesture, but it carries deep meaning. Walking side by side is a quiet form of connection, a physical reflection of emotional harmony. It shows patience, presence, and a desire to share the moment rather than move past it. When someone walks beside you, it means they're not focused on where they're going as much as who they're with. You'll notice that even in a group, he'll find his way to your side. If you slow down, he slows down. If you stop, he waits. There's no rush, no pressure, just a natural rhythm that matches yours. This kind of behavior isn't planned, it's instinctive. It shows he's tuned into you, aware of your presence, and quietly choosing to stay close. For him, walking with you isn't about the destination. It's about the connection built in those simple, shared steps. When a man likes you, he values the small opportunities to be near you, even in silence. Maybe he doesn't say much while walking, but his body language speaks for him. His shoulder aligns with yours, his pace syncs with your stride, and his energy feels calm and steady. It's his way of showing respect and care without needing to make it obvious. In relationships, the smallest gestures often reveal the most truth. Walking beside you means he's willing to move through life at your pace, not his own. It's his unspoken way of saying, "I'm here with you." So when he naturally matches your steps, take notice. It's not coincidence. It's quiet affection, expressed through something as simple and meaningful as walking side by side. He shows up where you'll be. When a man genuinely likes you, he doesn't rely only on chance to cross paths with you, he creates those chances himself. You begin to notice that he somehow shows up where you are, even when there's no obvious reason for him to be there. It could be a gathering with mutual friends, a place you mentioned in passing, or an event that doesn't usually interest him. His presence in those spaces isn't accidental. It's intentional, quiet effort. He wants to be around you, to exist in your atmosphere, even if it's just for a little while. Sometimes, he won't make it obvious. He may casually mention, "Oh, I didn't know you'd be here." But the truth is, part of him hoped you would be. He's not trying to invade your space or control your time, he's simply drawn to your presence. Being near you brings him a kind of ease and warmth he can't replicate elsewhere. Even if he doesn't speak much when he's around, the fact that he made the effort to show up says a lot about how he feels. This kind of behavior is one of the purest signs of affection because it's not about grand declarations or dramatic moves. It's about presence. He's showing, through consistent action, that he values your company and wants to be part of your world. Whether it's attending an event he wouldn't normally go to, showing up early to help out, or coincidentally appearing where you said you'd be. It's his quiet way of saying, I want to see you. When someone keeps showing up like that, it's rarely by accident. It's a subtle, heartfelt effort to stay close, to share the same space and to be part of your story, even if only in small, unnoticed ways. Left. He gives you his undivided attention in a crowd when a man truly likes you. His attention has a way of cutting through the noise around him. Even in a crowded room filled with people, conversations, and distractions, you'll notice that his focus somehow always finds its way back to you. It's not about who else is there or what's going on. It's about you. His body turns slightly in your direction. His eyes search for you. And when you speak, he listens as if your voice is the only one that matters. That kind of focus isn't something you can fake. It comes from genuine interest and emotional connection. You'll notice it in the small moments. While others are talking, he reacts to your expressions, responds to your comments before anyone else does, or laughs at your jokes even when they're subtle. It's like he's tuned into your frequency, quietly making sure you feel seen and included. He doesn't interrupt or dominate the conversation, but he gives you space to be heard, and when you speak, he's fully there. In those moments, it feels like the rest of the room fades a little, and it's just the two of you sharing something unspoken. This kind of attention says more than compliments ever could. It shows that he values your presence, not as a passing interest, but as someone worth his genuine time and awareness. His energy stays grounded with you, and even when he's interacting with others, his awareness never drifts far from where you are. When a man gives you his undivided attention in a crowd, it's one of the purest signs of affection. It's his way of saying, without words, you matter to me more than anyone else here. In a world full of noise, he chooses you as his quiet focus, and that choice speaks volumes about what's growing in his heart. He finds ways to make you smile. When a man truly likes you, one of his greatest joys becomes seeing you smile. It's not about impressing you or trying too hard. It's about the simple happiness he feels when he knows he's the reason you're smiling. He'll look for little ways to brighten your mood, whether that means teasing you playfully, sharing a funny story, or sending something that reminds him of you. Your laughter becomes his reward, your happiness his quiet goal. Even when the moment is ordinary, he'll find subtle ways to make it lighter, warmer, and filled with joy just because you're there. You might notice how his tone changes when he's around you, softer, more playful, more open. He remembers the kind of humor that makes you laugh, the jokes that make your eyes light up, and he leans into them naturally. It's not about being the funniest person in the room. It's about making you feel good in his company. When you laugh, he relaxes too. It's as if your smile gives him permission to be himself, to drop the guard he might hold around others. This effort comes from a place of genuine care. When a man likes you, he wants your world to feel lighter, even if only for a few moments. He notices when you're quiet or tired, and he might do something small, a comment, a gesture, a bit of humor, to lift your spirit. It's his way of saying, I see you and I want you to feel happy. These moments may seem simple, but they reveal something deeper. He's emotionally invested in your joy. Making you smile isn't just something he does, it's something he wants. Because when a man is falling for you, your happiness becomes part of his own, and your smile becomes the quiet proof of what his heart is already trying to say.